Hello and welcome to Washington Exec's video series. I'm Rachel Kirkland and I have the pleasure of introducing SAIC's Sanjay Sardar, who is Senior Vice President of Digital Transformation and IT Modernization, and Vishal Tulsian, who is Senior Vice President of Operations for SAIC's state and local healthcare and federal financial customers. They are the co-chairs for this year's American Heart Association Heart of Greater Washington campaign. And Washington Exec has been a longtime supporter of and media sponsor of the American Heart Association, and we are thrilled to be back this year. So welcome, Sanjay and Vishal, and tell us about this campaign.
Hey, first of all, thank you to Washington Exec for having us. I'm very honored to co-chair with my esteemed colleague Vishal on such an important cause. The Heart of Greater Washington is a year-round education and fundraising campaign around the American Heart Association's Heart Ball. Over the years, the association has rallied its Heartball supporters to expand beyond the ballroom, beyond the event experience, to shed light on areas of priority that have a major impact and improve lives here in our community. This year's focus is particularly on the heart-mind-body connection.
Excellent. So what is that heart-mind-body connection?
So the heart-mind-body connection is the fundamental belief that these three things are invariably connected to help better our lives. Personally, I, like many folks in our community, struggle with maintaining a balance in our lives due to stress, less exercise than I should be having, and keeping an overall positive attitude. The American Heart Association has published many studies that focus on the heart-mind-body connection. They emphasize the importance of total body health and maintaining one's overall well-being by taking care of both the mind and the body. These studies demonstrate the physical effects of prolonged stress and long-term health implications, particularly for the heart. The American Heart Association suggests that positive mindset can help you live longer. And as we know, folks who smile more, optimistic individuals tend to sleep better, exercise more, eat healthier, and not smoke. Conversely, the feelings of pessimism, depression, dissatisfaction with one's life associated with diminished health and often resulting in high blood pressure, inflammation of reduced blood flow to the heart, and irregularities in heart rhythm. So this year's campaign will be focusing on raising awareness around this issue through exclusive educational events, experiences, as we celebrate the theme of connection and coming together in person at the Heart Ball.
Wonderful. So tell me about what led you both to chair the Heart Ball and why the organization here is so important to both of you.
Thank you, Rachel. I think, again, it is a privilege to be here. Thanks again for Washington Executive to be a sponsor for many years running. So really appreciate the partnership that you have to support American Heart Association. For us, it is an absolute privilege to be part of the Heart Ball again this year. And again, just an absolute honor to be co-chairing with Sanjay. You've heard me share this in the past. I mean, heart disease runs in my family. I've got a grandfather who was 91 years old. He was diagnosed about 30 to 35 years ago with heart disease, but he eats healthy, he exercises and meditates. And that just gives you a perfect example of the connection of mind, heart, and body that Sanjay alluded to earlier, right? I think for us, it is important to, embrace others' well-being. And I think just having the total body health experience is so much more important to live a fulfilling life and just live to the fullest possible. So that's just, at least from my perspective.
No, thank you for sharing.
And heart disease also, for me, it runs in my family as well. But coming from India, many of my family are always out there on the go. While it isn't a formal exercise culture, they're very active. And yet with the amount of stress, heart disease remains a problem. So I'm a big believer in the fact that heart-mind-body connection and the benefits from raising awareness is key. So I personally want to live a long, healthy life, and I know I have to make changes in my own life to get there. So,
absolutely. Can you tell me about what resonates with you, both of you, as leaders in your field, about the importance of taking care of your heart, your mind, your body, and your heart health? And I know you've touched on it a little bit. Can you expand?
Sure. So from my perspective, I mean, again, in our industry, in the area we live in, chronic stress is a real problem. It has long-lasting impacts on overall health. This affects all of us on an individual basis, but when you look at your workforce, especially in this high-stress environment, it can have a huge impact to the business that we're in. So this connection between physical and emotional health According to the American Heart Association, exercise is one of the best ways to keep your body healthy, release stress. Moving more frequently can improve your quality of life, help you think and feel and sleep better. Incorporating mindfulness, Vishal touched on it there, the meditation into your well-being routine is also a powerful tool to lessen the feelings of depression and anxiety. And then elevating tools and resources to empower individuals and families to foster healthier environments and positive habits. They're a crucial component to our Heart of Greater Washington campaign.
Wonderful.
I'll touch on maybe a couple of things, just kind of add to that. So that maybe like health equity. I think, we talk about health equity, but I think if you were to look at some of the studies done by American Heart Association, 80% of personal health outcomes are determined by factors other than access to clinical care. There's a lot that we talk about clinical care, but unfortunately, 80% of that is not impacted by clinical care. It's really about the sort of stress reduction resources and how do you bring stress down into daily life, right? I mean, we see this at work here at SAIC. I mean, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to work with teams that we have here who actually are really purposely defining and redefining our nation's healthcare system to really enhance the mental and physical health well-being of all Americans, right? Not just our specific customers. And just for us to be able to prioritize awareness of the health, the sort of heart, mind, and body, really kind of brings in the entire picture together into a longer, healthier lives for us. And we really practice that as we preach it in giving it to the workforce. I mean, for us, CPR was a big campaign last year. We actually did an entire campaign around CPR. We brought that skill set internally to our workforce, to our customer set, and even to the communities. And it just had a phenomenal impact in saving lives and how it can actually really continue to create a personal bond with a lot of people who are actually part of that structure itself. So for us, really looking at health equity and looking at the workforce and how we can actually create a healthier environment for them is very important for us.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about the Heart Ball itself. What can attendees and sponsors anticipate?
Well, a big checkbook will be nice. But again, for us, I do want to go back to last year's event. I mean, I think last year's event was a phenomenal event. I just love learning about the members of the community, how they use CPR to save others. We actually in the audience, we had people who were actually directly impacted by CPR. We celebrate them and their lives and how they were saved. Next year's Heart Ball is actually on Saturday, March 4th, 2023. So save the date. We're excited to come together in Washington, D.C. The ball is going to be truly a fun celebration. It's really about just getting together for dining, dancing, and just having fun and making connections. And really raising life-saving funds to just go ahead and fuel innovation and research, life-saving research in cardiovascular science, health, and just overall equity itself. And again, planning is underway. So individual companies who are interested in participating, reached out to the community came together last year. We expect to do the same thing this year as well. Certainly, if you're interested, you can reach out to me directly, Sanjay directly, or also just go to dcheartball.heart.org. But you can reach out to any of us, and we just look forward to having a great fun time, March 4th of 2023 next year.
Wonderful. Any closing thoughts from either of you?
Vishal's done this a couple of years, and I'm joining to this, and I did it last year with him just working with him. Honored to be a co-chair here, and at SAIC, we've been involved with the Heart Ball and other events like the Heart Walk. It's a great way to engage our workforce, to celebrate health and well-being, and it's incredible to see our colleagues out at these events sharing how the programming resources provided by the AHA have made a real difference. So we look forward to hearing from our viewers and sharing more about the great work of the American Heart Association and what they can bring to your company.